Good evening, good evening, good evening. This is Wesley Virgin here. This is another Millionaire Midnight Rant with Wesley Virgin here. Let me get everybody to put your names below before we get started here. And a Midnight Millionaire Rant is simple. It just gives you the opportunity, okay, to basically ask questions, okay, to me, okay, about your business, about your life, your mindset. It just gives you the opportunity to converse with a millionaire. Hey, Edgar, how are you? Claudius, how are you? Akasask, how are you? How's everybody feeling here tonight? I'm feeling absolutely fantastic here. Christian Ponzo, John Trey. Hey, Charles, Brendan, Kalima. I feel amazing because I just had some spaghetti. My chef today prepared some spaghetti for me, and I love her because she cooks so well. I'm feeling great. Prisha, how are you, sweetheart? Ken in the building. Maria Brown. Can everybody hear me? Comment the word "let's go." If you can hear me clearly here, comment the words right now with your fingers, "let's go." Sometimes the signal is not so well. And this is another Millionaire Midnight Rant where you can speak with me. You can put questions below in the comments. And I'm going to answer real life questions about real life issues, okay? Yes, I'm a multimillionaire. Yes, I've made over $40 million in the past 5 to 6 years. Yes, I've changed my life. Yes, I'm an internet marketer. Yes, I am a real estate guru as well. But other than that, I am a plain old black man from Houston, Texas. Grew up on the south side here, Sunnyside, MLK area. And I'm a self-made millionaire, okay? And I'm very grateful to have this opportunity to speak with you. And I hope you feel the same. I hope you feel grateful that you get the opportunity to converse with me via here on Instagram here. You know, great platform here. So let's talk. Ask questions here. Somebody put a question in, and they just asked me. And they said, Wesley, how do you control anger? Okay, how do you control anger? How many of you have an issue with your anger? Like you tend to get pissed off, upset at things like right now, the world is pissed. It's different events that are taking place on the planet that a lot of people are very upset, disappointed, and angry about, which they should be. And let me give my thoughts on anger and how to control it. And I want you guys to write this down. Listen, don't listen to my voice and don't write it down, okay? Because you may receive a breakthrough, okay? You may learn something about yourself. Anger is nothing but pain. Does that make sense? Anger is nothing but pain. That's all what it is, okay? Let me give you an example, okay? When people feel hurt, right, the first step to anger is sadness. Does that make sense? You know, maybe someone did something to you and you're upset about it, but initially you were sad about it because they treated you in a way that you don't feel that was justifiable, or they treated you in a way that you feel that was unfair. So understand the first emotion before people escalate to anger is sadness, pain. So it's not about controlling anger. You have to understand what anger is, okay? Anger is a process of thinking. When a person is angry, it's because you're thinking and you're focusing on the issue and you're exacerbating the issue in your mind. Does that make sense? Let me say it one more time. Anger is nothing but you thinking about a situation or event or something that took place over and over again and making it worse only in your mind. Make sense? Maybe you lost your job, okay? How many of you ever lost your job before? How many of you ever lost your job? Okay. Well, were you angry? Were you upset, pissed? Right? Some of you were upset because you felt that you did a good job. You felt that you gave the job your heart and soul, and they fired you. They terminated you. Like even right now, a lot of people are not working right now because of the COVID virus, because of things that are taking place on the planet here. And people are upset. Okay? And they're angry. And when you tend to get angry, you start to think about why you're angry. And you think about why you should remain angry. Does that make sense? Listen to me. Listen to me, young people. I want you to go grab this book. It's called Emotional Intelligence. You have to learn to reduce the emotional refractory period as it relates to you when you get upset. Which means is you have to reduce the time that you get upset from the time it takes for you to calm down. Okay, that's called emotional intelligence. All rich people, millionaires, billionaires, they typically have this trait. You got to have the ability to be able to shorten the gap when it comes to being upset or anger. Most of you get upset because you're triggered by something, okay? Make sense? Some people, when you see a person's face, you get upset. Maybe your ex-husband, your ex-wife, or your ex-girlfriend, right? You just get pissed, right? So understand something. I want to explain the science behind anger. Anger is nothing but a process of thinking. And anger is nothing but pain. Okay? It's a cry for help. When people are angry, that means that they feel that they wasn't treated well or they were treated unfairly. Does that make sense? Yes or yes? Hello? Okay? Listen, you don't have to drink. You don't have to smoke. You don't have to vape. You don't have to do anything that's derogatory or unproductive to your body or your mind for you to eradicate anger. What I would like to suggest for you to do is understand that you can stop being angry at any given time. Okay? Let me say it again. You can choose to stop being angry by choosing to stop thinking about the thoughts that are making you angry. If that makes sense. Now listen. I know that sounds very simple, right? You may say, okay, Wesley, that's simple. Yeah, it sounds simple, but when I'm pissed off, I'm pissed. Right? Understand something. Even when you're pissed, when you're in a very disempowered state of mind, this is what is called conscious awareness. See, right now, just by listening to me, you're now aware that you can actually stop thinking about the things that are making you upset. Listen, if they fired you from your job, okay? Then I'm going to move on to the next question here. If they fired you from your job, you don't have to say that these people are son of a bitches, right? You don't have to say that your boss is an asshole. You don't have to say that. What you could say, listen, now this is intelligent people here. What you could say is, you know what, this is a great opportunity for me to start my business. You know what, thank God they fired me, because now it gives me the freedom to actually chase my goals and my dreams. You know what, thank you. I'm glad you let me go at this particular time, because now I'm going to find a job that's going to pay me twice the money. Does it make sense? Okay? Let's call a reframe. Write that down, please. Who's listening to me tonight? Hello? It's called a reframe. Write that down. I'm teaching you guys something here tonight. Reframing is the ability to see a situation that is making you upset and reframing it for you to see it differently. It's like a painting. You can have the same painting, but if you put a different frame around it, it looks different, correct? So I want you to think about your problems right now. Hello. How many of you got problems? Say amen, Wes. How many of you got problems? Do you realize that you can put a different frame around that problem? That means that you can look at that problem differently. That you can look at that problem and say, you know what, this is not a problem. This is actually an opportunity. Do you know that you can actually transmute your problem into an opportunity? Hello? Hello? Do you realize right now, I want everybody to comment their biggest problems below. I'm curious, because I know some people right now saying, Wesley, you don't understand. My problem is bigger than life. I can't just reframe it. Put it below. Put your problem below. I challenge you right now to put your problem below. And I'm going to show you how I can find an opportunity in your problem right now, tonight, while you're listening to my voice right now. Sorry, guys. All right. Somebody said capital. Somebody said cancer. Capital. Okay, when you say capital, what do you mean by capital? You mean money. Cancer. Listen. Cancer. Listen. For the young man that says he has cancer. Listen. Don't speak and don't claim that you have cancer. Now, I know this sounds crazy to a lot of you. You may say, what? What are you talking about? Listen. Just because a doctor tells you or give you a diagnosis, that doesn't have to be your prognosis, which means you don't have to accept that belief. Okay? That cancer that you have supposedly in your body is going to allow you to become a much healthier person. It's going to allow you to become a more grateful person, because all the people that I know that was cured from cancer, which I do a lot of them personally. You know how they cure themselves? And it wasn't by radiation. Hello? It wasn't by going to the hospital and getting shots. They cured themselves by meditating. They cured themselves by believing they were already cured in advance. This, if you don't believe me, you go. This one I want you to go do some research on a guy by the name of Joe Dispenza, and you will hear hundreds of testimonies of people who have been delivered from sickle cell anemia, cancer, all kinds of spontaneous remissions. Right? Don't believe me. Do your own research. What I'm telling you, that the cancer that you think that you have is a blessing. Oh, and you say, well, how is that a blessing? Because now it's an opportunity for you to be a healthier person. It's an opportunity for you to be more aware. It's an opportunity for you to meditate. It's an opportunity for you to de-stress yourself. Do you know cancer and most metabolic type of diseases are psychosomatic, which means it's our brain, it's our mental state. Stress for most people causes disease in our bodies. It's not because of the food. It's not because of the environment. It's because of the stress, the anxiety, the labors that we give ourselves that are creating chemicals in our body by the name of cortisol, which is creating all these foreign diseases that we don't even understand the name for. Am I making sense here? Listen. You don't have cancer, young man. You're delivered right now. Done. You're delivered. Now, what I want you to do, young man, I want you to speak, I want you to walk, and I want you to act like you are delivered. I want you to become that great, positive, grateful person that you were supposed to be. It's a blessing in that cancer. But if you keep looking at your disease or your illness as something that's going to kill you, listen to me, young people. If you keep believing and speaking that whatever you have is going to hurt you and kill you and debilitate you, you are manifesting that. Okay? You're manifesting that. And I'm going to tell you guys a story. And I share this story all the time. It's a very sensitive story to my heart here, but I'm going to go share it anyway. Listen, I had a best friend years ago. Okay, about a decade ago. Close childhood friend. We did everything together. Okay? And I remember like it was yesterday. We were going overseas to make some money This is when the war with Iraq just broke out, and was excited. We was going to make $80,000 a year. Never made that type of money, but we're going into a war zone. And I remember the day it was time for us to fly. And my best friend that I've known for years, he decided to stay back. He said, man, I'm not going to go. And I said, what? What do you mean? And I didn't really understand why he didn't want to go with me, but he decided, he said, I need to stay here with my mom, my grandmother. And I said, okay, cool. I'll call you when I get to Dubai. So I get to Dubai. I land, I get in my hotel room. I get a call, and I'm thinking to myself, now who can call me in Dubai? Because, no one has my number. No one knows I'm going besides my parents, and they don't know that I landed. But I got a call, and it was my father. And he said, are you laying down? I said, yeah, I am. And he said, your best friend, Josh, he just killed himself. He shot himself in the head. And, for the first time in a long time, I cried my eyes out. I really did. I couldn't believe it. That was my boy, it was my guy. And I cried. But that wasn't the worst part. Months later, his mom, which I knew her as well, was real close, good friends. And this woman was healthy. She worked out, ate well. Lots of energy, very vibrant woman. And within months, she was diagnosed with cancer. Because, see, when that took place and her son shot himself in the head, she couldn't get over it. She was crying every single day. She was suffering every single day. And she kept saying, why, Josh, why? Why did you kill yourself? Why? And, it still breaks my heart to think about this. And she kept, she couldn't let it go. Within 2 years, she died of full-blown cancer. And this is a woman that was healthy. She was active. She had no problems, no illness. And within 2 years of her son dying, she died of full-blown cancer. What I'm telling you, if you're not careful, stress and anxiety will kill you dead. Okay? This is the reason why I always reiterate to everybody that listens to my videos and my audios here is always take note of how you're feeling in life. It's important. You have to really take notice of the environment that you're in. If you're in an environment, you have people that are constantly upsetting you, or they're constantly disappointing you, constantly making you feel like shit, get away from these people. They're like a virus. Stress would not only hurt you, it would kill you. So, young man, you can reverse the cancer that's in your body. And I'm not a doctor. I don't need to be a doctor. But I do believe that thoughts can change matter. That how you feel can change every cell in your body. You have to understand that our body, I truly believe this. Our body can create any cure. Anything, any disease, any illness that you have, I believe that your body can create the cure for it, period. And I know some of you don't believe that, and that's okay. But the only reason why I believe that, because right now your heart is beating without your conscious ability. Right now your food is being digested automatically. Right now you're breathing automatically, right? And you think to yourself, what's keeping all this together? Right now, you just lost 1 billion cells. And in the next second, you have 1 billion more cells that are being created right now. Hello? That tells me something about the human body, about energy, about things that exist that's just beyond our consciousness. Okay? Next question for me. If you guys believe that, if you believe that, and I want to just, I didn't mean to, I get a little emotional when I talk about this story here, but I want you to believe that whatever, I was just having a conversation with a young lady earlier, and I hate, when she says that she says, my anxiety. She says, my anxiety. Well, my anxiety got me today. I'm saying, stop it. Don't you ever say that again. And I want to tell it to you. Don't you ever say that. Don't ever say that you have anxiety. It's not yours. And if it's yours, let it go. Let it go. It's not anxiety. Maybe just worried about something. Maybe just sad about something. It is not a condition. So many people, they reference anxiety like it's a disease, like it's something that they can't even deal with. Be careful about the labels that you give yourself, because you're manifesting that with your thoughts, your feelings, and your words. Does that make sense? Hello? Whenever you feel strange in the body, take a deep breath. Okay? Take a deep breath. Don't be quick to say, oh, that's my anxiety again. I got anxiety. No, you're not having anxiety. You need to breathe. Breathe. Am I making sense here tonight? What's the next question, folks? Question for me. How do you narrow down and decide which talents to focus on when you're equally passionate about all of them? So, Jam, the thing is, let me answer that question for you. First of all, you're not equally passionate about anything, because my question to you is, how do you measure that? How do you measure how passionate you are about a certain topic? What I would do if you were in my face right now, if I was looking at your beautiful eyes, I would ask you, I'd say, Jam. And I would ask you two questions. I'd say, how do you feel about this? And that'd be one of your passions. And I say, how do you feel about this? And based off your response, if I was looking at you right now, I could tell you what your passion was. So the answer to that question is, when you think about both of those things, think about how you feel. Whatever feeling that you get, okay, when you think about one of those passions, this is for everybody. Go for it. All right, go for it. If you feel excited about one thing a little bit more than other, go for it. Because that's what it is. Hey, man, I'm 16, and I wanted to ask whether the Overnight Millionaire program will work for me or not. Yes, it will work for you. Absolutely. Go buy it. Wes, how does one combat the issue regarding a lack of capital when you want to push an ideal through? Yeah, so there's no such thing as a lack of capital, but it is a such thing of lack of work ethic. Your issue is not the money, young man. Your issue is your work ethic. Your issue is the lack of creativity. Okay? There's many people on the planet that became successful and they didn't have any money. Right? It's millions of millionaires that didn't have the money. Hell, I didn't have the money when I made my first million. So it's not about the money. It's about you being creative, getting the money, or finding another way to get the money to create the ideal. Make sense? And you may say, well, what can I do? You can start an internet company. You can become an affiliate marketer. You can start promoting products online. And you can do this for free. YouTube doesn't cost a cent to post a video. Facebook, last time I checked, doesn't cost any money to post an affiliate link. But you need to have work ethic. Without work ethic, nothing is possible. Okay? A lot of you think that money will solve your problems once you get a loan from the bank or someone invests in you. Listen, no. That's stupid to get a loan. Use your creativity. We live in a world today that technology is where it is, and technology is the avenue to success. Many of you right now, you're holding the iPhone in your hand. Hit the like button if you're holding the iPhone in your hand right now. Hit the like button if you're holding the Galaxy phone, or hit the like button if you're sitting behind your laptop and you're watching this. Guess what? In your hand, you're holding $1 million device. How do I know? Because I'm holding one in my hand right now. The device that I have in my hand makes me $1 million per month. Hello? My iPhone cost me $1,000, but I make $1 million per month with the device in my hand. Do you not realize that you have power in your hand? You have this supernatural technology driven device in your hand that can change your entire life? Hello? You don't need capital to succeed. You need work ethic. You need patience. You need to learn to understand that you have to develop the skill. Okay? And I recommend developing the internet marketing skill. Okay? Questions for me? Good question, by the way. How to build up a strong personality. So someone just asked me, how do I build up a strong personality? First of all, you can't build up a personality. You build up houses. You can build up a building, but you can't build up a personality because that's not how it works. Now, let me rephrase that for you. What you asking, you want to know how to have confidence. You want to build confidence. And guess what? You can't build confidence either. Okay? Because confidence, how most people think about that word, is called a nominalization. A nominalization is when you take a process and you make it into a thing, as if I can pour confidence in your head or in your body and give it to you. Confidence is a process of thinking. If you want to be confident at any task on the planet, this is what you do. Listen. When you think about the task, visualize yourself doing the task and doing it perfectly. Like, say if you have an internet company, you want to run Facebook ads or YouTube ads. Well, visualize yourself doing the Facebook ads or the YouTube ads in your mind over and over again. So when you do it in the third dimensional world, you have a better chance of succeeding. Okay? Many of you want to have these strong personality, or you want to be confident without actually going through the process of actually doing anything, which is called performance confidence. Performance confidence is when you've done something over and over again and you're good at it. But it's other ways to do that. You can visualize. See, this is the new technology. This is the new mind technology. They have a study where they had 3 people that were shooting free throws. One person didn't shoot at all. The second person actually shot the ball every day. The third person only shot the ball in his mind. The first person, obviously, he did terrible. The second person did about 40 to 50% better than the one that didn't practice. But what was insane was the third person did 35% only practicing in his mind. What does that tell you? That anything you want to be confident about, you can see yourself confident in your mind. Listen, I give a good example. Men, when it comes to women, say if you want to talk to women and you're afraid because she's a 10 and you're intimidated, or you feel insecure, or you think she's going to reject you, right? This is what's going through your mind that's going to keep you from approaching her. What you do is this. You visualize yourself talking to her, laughing with her, joking with her, holding her, kissing her, whatever you want. You visualize yourself doing this over and over again. And guess what? Once it's time for you to do it, you do it naturally. See, this is the great thing about the mind. Please listen close. This is the perfect thing about the human mind. That the mind, once you start to visualize, how many of you know how to visualize? Once you start to visualize what you want, the mind doesn't know that you're not actually talking to the girl. Okay? The mind doesn't know that you're not actually talking to the woman or the man of your dreams. Doesn't know. I used to do this with interviews. I used to visualize myself right before I would go on a job interview, and I would get the job 95% of the time because the brain doesn't know that I'm visualizing. The brain thinks I'm actually talking to someone. The brain actually believes that I'm talking to the manager and I'm asking the questions. He asking me questions and everything is going well and he's getting ready to give me the job. The brain doesn't know that this is not happening. Would you like me to further prove that? Say yes, Wesley. Further prove it. Listen, have you ever watched a movie? Have you ever watched a movie and you were so immersed and so enthralled like now in the movie that you felt that you were there in the movie? Say a scary movie. And you would get scared, right? You will pull on the person next to you because the white girl was going in the dark hole, right? Or going in the building that was dark, right? And you say, go. No, white girl, don't go, don't go, don't go. Okay, she did, right? Right? So think about that for a second. Why did you get scared? Right? Why were you afraid? Okay? Because your brain doesn't know that you're actually not there. It thinks that you are. See, this is what's powerful about the mind. This is what I talk about in the Overnight Millionaire program, that if you properly use the faculties of your mind, if you use the powers of your mind and understand and begin to visualize on purpose. Because listen to me here. Everybody that's listening to my voice, you visualize every day. But when you start to visualize, you visualize problems. Hello? Who am I talking to right now? You visualize on what if, a lot of you say, well, what if this happens? Well, what if this happens? Well, what if this happens? You tend to visualize problems. Visualize challenges. Visualize it getting worse. Have you ever said something like, I knew this was going to happen? See, bad things like this always happens to me. You're visualizing thing in a pessimistic way. Does that make sense? And we all do this by design. A lot of us. Okay? Well, listen. You can start to visualize anything that you want. You want to be confident? Visualize and say if you want to be confident in a certain area of life, all you have to do is think and believe that you're confident now. I do it all the time. It's many things I don't know how to do, but I just visualize myself doing it, and I end up doing it well. Next question for me. Why you hidden, man? Why you hidden? I'm not hidden. I'm a ghost. I'm a ghost tonight. Wesley, can you please read your DMs? I would, but I get so many, it's very difficult to do that. There are good days and there's bad days. Listen, listen, how many of you have ever had a good day and a bad day? And I want you to be honest with me. Say me, Wes. How many of you have ever had a good day or a bad day? If you've ever experienced a bad day, I want you to listen to me and listen to me close. Because what you're about to hear, you'll never have a bad day in life. How many of you are excited about this information right now? Right? You'll never have a bad day, ever. Listen. It is literally impossible for a person to have a bad day. Because a bad day assumes that you're having a terrible day in a 24-hour period. That means that when you are having sex, you are having a bad day. When you are masturbating, you are having a bad day. When you are sleeping, you are having a bad day. Does that make sense? It's impossible for you to have a bad day. What we have is bad moments. You had a bad minute. Hello? Can anybody hear me? You had a bad minute, a bad hour. Not a bad day. It's impossible. You can't have a bad day in your sleep. You can't have a bad day if you are laughing at a certain part of that day. You can't. You can't say you had a bad day if you actually woke up this morning. That's a good day. What we have is bad moments. So I want you to change the language. So instead of saying, well, I have good days and bad days, say you have good days and you have challenging, that's a better word, challenging moments. Not a bad day. Make sense? Uh-oh. I think you guys, y'all listen to me tonight, huh? Who's excited right now? Who's excited? All praise to the Most High. God is the greatest. Come on! All praises to the Most High. God is the greatest. Who's excited right now? Because you're learning information and you're absorbing this. A lot of you are eager to hear this information because you've never heard this. You know, in your elementary, your middle school, your high school, college, they don't teach this stuff. They don't tell you about your mind. They don't dissect the consciousness or the conscious process. They don't tell you that you become what you think. They don't tell you and allow you to understand what confidence and what's concentration and what its focus means. But guess what? King West, which is me, I'm going to share the gems tonight with you because I love you. Hello? I love you. That's why I do it. I love each and every one of you, and I don't have to know you to love you. I love you because you're here. I love you because I know you're craving for this information. I love you because I know one day you're going to take this information and you're going to utilize this and you're going to implement this in your life. You're going to find what's applicable to you and you're going to implement it in your life and you're going to have the life that you desire. A lot of you right now that I'm talking to will become millionaires this year. Can I get an amen? A lot of you right now will leave your job this year based off the information you heard right now. You will fearlessly leave your job and you will start a business, and that business is going to change your life. Somebody right now. The question is who? Hello? Many of you are going to take your children, you're going to put them into private schools and tell us public schools. Many of you are going to take vacations with your children around the world. Many of you, all those vision boards and all those journals that you're writing in, all the things that you desire, you're going to see a manifestation of those things taking place only because you're applying what you're hearing here tonight with me. You're going to go back a year from now, 2 years from now, and you're going to remember this conversation. You're going to remember that everything that you heard, you believed and you used it and you applied it to your life and you changed your life, your family's life, and the people around you. All praise to the Most High. God is the greatest. Whew. Who's pumped right now? Who's motivated right now? Wesley, what's the first step to take? What do you mean, Jeff? First step to take around what? Understand something. Write this down. I want everybody. Yes. Can you guys still hear me? Okay. I want everybody to write this down, please. Please write this down. Clarity is power. Hello? Clarity is power. That young man just asked me a question, but he said, what steps do I take first? But what does that mean? That's like me going to McDonald's and say, hey, I want a burger. What is the first question that person is going to ask me if I say I want a burger? Well, what kind of burger you want? What kind of burger? Rare? Medium well? You want cheese? You want tomatoes? So the thing is, when Jeff asked me that question, he asked me what steps to take. I said, what type of steps are you talking about? Steps to take towards what? Listen, if you're not clear, listen to me, young people. If you're not clear about your intention, you won't get it. Let me say it again. If you're not clear and very specific to the thing that you want on the planet, you will never get it. Write it down below. Clarity is power. The person that understands what they want down to the size, the color, the smell, the taste, the person that understands what they want to that level, they get it. But if you like Jeff, I'm not picking on you, Jeff. I'm using it as an example. But if you like Jeff and say, you know what steps do I take? Or if you like most people that say that, hey, I just want to be successful. If you like most people to say, hey, I just want to be rich. I just want to be a millionaire. The odds of you ever becoming that are slim to none. Okay? Let me give you a hint here. Let me share some with you. Open your ears, okay? If you want to be successful, first, you must define what success means to you. Hello? If you want to be successful on the planet, you must first define what success means to you. Because success means something different to a lot of people on the planet, doesn't it? So the question is, what does it mean to you? If you want to be a multimillionaire, you must ask yourself, what will you do with the money once you get it? Where's the money going? Okay? Because see, your brain likes specificity. It doesn't like things that are ambiguous or vague. Because it doesn't know what to do. It doesn't know what to do if you keep thinking, I want to be successful, I want to be successful. Your brain don't know what to do with that information. Because what does success mean? Does it mean fancy cars? Does it mean fancy watches? Does it mean traveling the world? You have to define and tell your brain what that means. You have to break it down. You have to explain it to your brain so it gets it. Does that make sense here? Hello? Another question for me. I would invest the money. Invest it in what? I would help people that need help. Listen, you can't help no one until you help yourself. You know, it's so funny. These responses are very comical because these are the same responses that 97% of people on the planet say. They say, well, I help people. I'm doing it for my family. My stress, I want to be stress less. I want to be free. And I'm saying, you want to be free? So are you telling me that you're calling me from prison right now, that you're on this live in prison? You're already free. Hello? Come on, big head. You're not in jail. Somebody said, spread it to boost humanity and eradicate racism. Come on now, be smart. You want to get rich because you're doing it for you. Okay? You're doing it for you. Because you want options in life. Let's get down. Let's be honest here. You guys want to get rich because you want to have nice things. And you want to have nice things because you know other people like nice things. And if other people like you, that you have nice things, people will admire you. They treat you better. Hello? You want to have a bunch of money because you want people to think of you differently. You want people to think of you as an important person. That's called the need of significance. There are 7 needs. And one need is a person must feel significant with his life or with her life. You want the money because you think it's going to make you popular. It's going to make you famous. It's going to make you admirable. Just be honest. Hello? That's why you want it. It's going to make you feel good because you have things that other people don't have. See, right now I'm talking to the reptilian side of you right now. A lot of you are like, yeah, you're right, but it don't supposed to be like that. But yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, I know you do. Get honest with yourself, young people. See, I know I wanted to get rich. Let me tell you why. Because I wanted to do things that made me happy. And I wanted to buy things that other people couldn't buy. And I wanted to buy things because other people that see me have the things that I bought, they would treat me differently. Right? It feels good for people to love you, to respect you, even because you got money. Who cares? It feels good to be able to travel to Miami for a week, travel to Houston for a week, jump in my jacuzzi on the balcony, take out my Rolls Royce for a spin, take out my Lamborghini for a spin. That feels good to do that. Okay? It makes me feel important. Am I making sense here? Now, I know some of you are going to disagree, but like, nah, I don't need all that. You're lying. No, Wesley, I'm not doing it for that. I'm not doing it. I don't care about those things. I don't care about this. So now I ask you a question. So you want to make money only just to give it away? You're bullshitting. Stop lying to yourself. You're not trying to make money just to give it away. You want to make the money because you want to do some great things for yourself and maybe the people around you. And the reason why you want to do it for the people around you, because it makes you happy to do things for people. Hello? Am I talking truth? See, what's important is you have to be honest with yourself, young people. Many, what I've learned, just being on the planet here, majority of people, they lie to themselves all the time, just lie to themselves. My brother, before he made a bunch of money, before he became a millionaire based off his older brother, me, giving him some advice to do it, giving him the guts and the balls to jump towards his dreams. He will always say, Wesley, I'm not like you. I don't need a Corvette. I don't need a Lamborghini. I don't need a new car. My car is fine. I can drive my car until it's 100,000 miles, 200,000 miles. It's economical. It's fine to get me from point A to point B. My brother used to talk like this. And I said, okay, Chris, sure. Right? And I remember the day I let him drive my Maserati, and he felt good. It's so funny. A lot of people that downplay things, such as materialistic things, they say, "Oh, I'm not a materialistic person," and then when they get it, when they drive it or they wear it, and they feel good, because it feels good, Drive a sports car. Listen to me. For everybody that say they don't like nice cars, well, drive one first before you make that. So when he drove my Maserati, he said, "Man, this feels good." He started to smile, big old grin on his face, right? Long story short. My brother that says he'll never buy a luxury car. My brother said he'll never he said, I don't care if I make $1 billion, Wesley, I'm not buying a car that's $100,000. Listen, my brother bought two. Oh, all praise to the Most High God is the greatest. My brother bought two. He bought a brand new Range Rover for himself, and he bought a Range Rover for his wife. Brand new. Hello? All right? I love my brother, but he was lying to himself. Because he was trying to justify. See, this is what we do. You have to understand your current beliefs, they're not just our beliefs. They're beliefs that we will stick to those beliefs and we would justify why we need to stick to our beliefs. Right? It's called commitment and consistency, right? We must be consistent with our own beliefs, even if it's data out there to prove us wrong. We'll fight tooth and nail and say, no. This is how I think, man. This is how it is. This is how it is. No. Even if you can't explain yourself. Because we feel if we make whatever our beliefs are, we feel that those are our beliefs and we must justify why we have those beliefs. Because if we don't, it makes us incompetent. Does that make sense? And no one wants to feel incompetent. No one wants to feel dumb and stupid. Right? That's one of the fears that we have as human people. We don't want to feel dumb and stupid. Okay? But me? I don't care. Okay? It's okay to feel dumb and stupid or to make mistakes. First of all, I don't think I can ever feel dumb and stupid because I would never accept anybody share with me that I'm dumb and stupid because I know I'm not. So it wouldn't even affect me. Listen, be honest with yourself. You want to get rich? You want to make a bunch of money? Just be honest with yourself on why you want to get it. If you say, well, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel better about my life. It makes me feel that I have options. I can do things that I want to do. I don't have to wait on other people. Be honest. Don't say things, well, I want to be free. I want to be free. I want to be financially free. I want to help other people. I want to help the world be a better place. Stop it. Okay, that's not what you're doing it for. Maybe that's a part of the reason, but you're doing it because you want something. Does that make sense? If this is good right now, I want everybody right now to believe this is some good stuff. I want you to comment below. This is good stuff, Wes. All praise to the Most High God is the greatest. Share this out. Tag somebody. People need to hear this. Listen, we got to wake up. A lot of you are asleep. And I'm not talking about physical sleep. You're asleep because you're not aware and conscious of what's happening on the planet. You don't realize that you have so much power, but the world and the media and social media, they're constantly trying to manipulate your thoughts. Every day, they want you to believe something different. Every day, they want you to perceive the world as it's negative. They want you to perceive the world sucks. Listen, every day, if you wake up and you believe that the world sucks, based off what you see on the news or social media, Why would you want to do anything? Why would you even want to progress? If you feel, listen to me, I love you, but I want you to listen. If you feel that the world sucks, that the world is not fair, what you going to do? You're going to drink. You're going to smoke. All right? You're going to have unruly, unlawful behavior. You don't want to chase your dreams. You don't want to be motivated. You're not going to be dedicated or committed to anything because you think the world sucks. And you only think the world sucks based off somebody else's opinion that you've chosen to believe. And this is why I share with all my future millionaires, and I'm talking about you, turn the goddamn TV off. Turn the TV off. Unsubscribe to Yahoo News and unsubscribe to and unfollow people that perpetually share negativity on Instagram or on TikTok or Facebook. Unfollow these people. Unfollow and block the numbers of the people that keep texting you about what's going on in the world that's negative and cynical. Block these people because this is shaping your beliefs and this shaping your perceptions of the world. Have you was having a good day and all of a sudden someone texts you something, then you start having a bad day? You know, you're having a good day and all of a sudden someone texts you, oh, and this person got killed today. Oh my God, they got, what? I can't believe. Right? It just ruined your entire day. Listen, protect your mind, young people. That's your job. That's your responsibility. You have to protect your mind. Okay? I know a lot of you like Pookie and Ray Ray. You know who Pookie and Ray Ray is, right? That's your best friend. Yeah, your best friend is Pookie and Ray Ray. I swear to God. Now, that's your best friend. That's the person that you text all the time. That's the person that you go to the club with. That's the person that you drive around and smoke weed in the car with. That's your dog. That's your boy. That's your nigga. That's your blah, blah, whatever, right? But listen, that person is shaping you for the worse. Not for the better, for the worse. Okay? Next question for me. Question for me. Hello? Any questions for me here? Guys, if this is some good information here, I want you to write below. This is so good. If you're going to listen to this again and watch it again, I want you to say, Wesley, I'm going to watch this again. Why? Because repetition is the mother of skill. Repetition, the thing is, when I speak and when I do these lives, I want my word to get so deep inside you. I want it so deep inside your mental state that I want to be deep inside your unconsciousness. Because one day, everything that doesn't make sense will make sense. And I want to speak to that mind of yours that's going to absorb all this content. You're going to grab this information. You're going to find yourself taking action fearlessly. You're going to find yourself not thinking about what if in the negative direction. You're going to find yourself using, well, what if it works out? What if everything happens in my favor? What if tomorrow I'm blessed with a beautiful business? What if I'm blessed with a beautiful wife? What if I'm blessed with a beautiful husband? What if tomorrow everything changes for me and I wake up with a positive, grateful attitude? What if tomorrow I'm cured of every disease that is in my body right now? What if tomorrow me and my mother, my dad have a better relationship? What if tomorrow I'm able to seal the bond and I'm able to find trust in the world? And before I thought the world I could not trust, but now I trust and now I love. What if tomorrow you have a feeling of love and gratefulness and joy that you've never felt in years? It's possible. Hello? It's possible. Question for me. Talk to me. What's your question, young people? I'm here for you. Hey, I'm here for you and I love you. That's why I'm here. Talk to me. I'm rich, but I want you to be rich. I'm wealthy and I want you to be wealthy. I'm happy and I want you to be happy. I feel loved every day of my life, and I want you to feel loved. Hello? Yeah, Rich Energy, I'm in your ear right now. You hear me, don't you? You hear me clearly, don't you? I'm here. Listen to me. You can always go to my YouTube channel. You can hear me all day. Okay? You can get the program Overnight Millionaire, and you can listen to me in your car. You can listen to me when you wake up. You can listen to me when you're at your job. You can listen to me while you sleep in your bed. But the most important thing that I want all of you to understand, that you got to take action. That words and motivation and inspiration is not enough to make a man or a woman successful, rich, and wealthy as it relates to becoming a multimillionaire. You have to take bold action, but you have to have a certain type of mental state. You have to have a certain type of resilience. You have to understand that you have a power inside of you that no one can fissure, that no one can penetrate. You got to realize that you're impervious to all negative thoughts. Hello? All of you have to understand that you're impervious to all negative comments, that you're impervious from people who are trying to do you wrong. You're impervious. You have a shield. See, you've never been taught this, right? No one can penetrate you. Listen here. All right. Question for how do I start generating money with ads? You have to start running the ads first. I'm a single parent. How can I get in? Get in what? In the program, you can always go to overnightmillionaire.net. You can get my free meditation, and you can start the program tonight. Okay. And I do suggest that everybody that hasn't got the overnightmillionaire.net, that meditation is life-changing. Okay. That meditation at overnightmillionaire.net is the same meditation that began to recondition my mind like it would do yours, to give you the right mindset to set you up to win. Okay. Next person here. You guys like my view? Look at that. That's Houston, Texas. That's tonight is beautiful. Wow. All praise to the Most High God is the greatest. Look at that. Look at that beautiful sky. Look at those buildings. Look at those lights. Man, there's just so much to be grateful for. All right, Doris. How to maintain the power strong during hard times? Faith and belief. Listen to me, Doris. That's a good question. She says, well, how do I maintain the power within herself during the tough times? Listen, right now, these are tough times. The COVID virus is taking place right now, right? Many people don't have jobs right now. Many people are uncertain if they have a job when they get back. This is when you have to employ your faith. Faith is just believing in something that doesn't exist yet. Faith is believing in something that you're not able to see with the physical eye. They understand something. Instead of using the word hard times, these are not hard times. These are challenging times that's going to set you up to win. Hello? I'm talking to you, Doris. These are not hard times. These are challenging times that is setting you up to win. How do I know that? When I work out in the gym, I'm breaking down my muscle every day, right? When I'm pumping these arms, when I'm getting this chest ripped, when I'm doing my squats, right? When I'm working on my biceps, right? I'm tearing muscle. But I understand that for me to grow muscle, that muscle must tear. Because once that muscle fibers are healed, it grows the muscle. So guess what? Whatever you're calling hard times, there's not hard times. These are challenging times that are setting you up to win. Anything that you feel that is hurting you, that you feel that you have the opinion that you feel that is painful, emotional pain, mental pain, that pain is used for you to be stronger. Okay? You have to understand something. You can't get stronger unless you take some licks. You can't become resilient unless you go through an obstacle course. That's like going through an obstacle course and having no barriers, right? It's like going through an obstacle course and having no obstacles. Some of you right now, you're going through an obstacle course right now. Hello? And guess what? You have some things that are in front of you that are challenging. But guess what? On the other side of that barrier is the land of paradise. Hello? Do you hear me, Doris? On the other side of your hard time is the land of paradise. And guess what? You got to keep beating on that door. You got to keep changing the keys. And guess what? If you can't find the key, if you're not able to get the key for that door, break it down. Break it down. You tell your hard times are gone. Just say, hard times are something of the past. Today, the times are great. Today, the times are perfect. Today, times are prosperous. You see what I'm doing here, Doris? Hello? Who's listening to me right now? Come on now. Talk to me. Hello from Iraq. Hey, what's going on, my man? Another question for me. There we go. Positive words easy to say anytime. Action better to talk about it. Well, absolutely. I believe that. And you're right. You must take action. You can't just be positive and say positive words to get positive things. Okay? But positive words, which are the thoughts, is the first thing that must take place before anything physical would take place on the planet. You see that building right there? The person could not build that building until he had a thought to build. You see those lights? Those lights wasn't created by Thomas Edison until they had the thought that he could create it. Hello? You see my high rise right now? You see my fan? That fan wasn't created until they had the thought that the fan could be created. Does that make sense? Hello? Who's loving this right now? Come on. Am I speaking to your hearts right now? Am I speaking to your minds? Do you not understand that the thoughts are the inception stages to everything that will manifest in your world? Even your problems, the problems that you're having, the problems that you're experiencing, you are creating these problems. You're exacerbating these problems. You're pouring fire on these problems. What I'm sharing with you is this. If you want to change the problems, change the thoughts. You want to change your life, change how you perceive your life. You want to change your situation right now, change how you think about your situation right now. Uh-oh. Does that make sense? Okay. Change the thinking, young people. And guess what? To change your thinking, you don't have to spend a dime. You don't have to spend $1 to change how you think. And it's only tough because you have created habits that are not productive for your future. It's not productive for your life. And you've done something so long. Some of you have been negative for so many years. You've been disappointed for so many years, depressed for so many years. And now, since you met Wesley Virgin, I don't accept depression and I don't accept disappointment. And now that you realize that you met me, now you understand that now you have to consciously be aware daily of how you feel. You have to be consciously aware of the thoughts that are running around your mind. You have to be conscious of how you feel in your body. But listen, just like anything else that you've ever remembered, that you can recite right now, maybe the alphabet, right? You know that with no problem. I don't care if you haven't said the alphabet in 5-10 years, you can sing it right now. Well, that's what happens when you listen to content like this over and over again. You'll start speaking how I'm speaking. You'll start thinking how I'm thinking, and you'll start earning like I'm earning. All praise to the Most High God is the greatest. Ooh. I appreciate you guys. Somebody just said I had to share your page to others. Thank you so much. I appreciate that from the top of my heart. If you're sharing my page right now to other people, because other people need to realize that time is now. It's not tomorrow. It's not next year. The time is now. That anything that you desire, the time is now just to change your thinking. You change your thinking just by being grateful where you are. You change your thinking by thinking and putting yourself in your mind in the place that you want to be. Just because you got a hoopty, just because you stay in a car or in a house that you can't stand, an apartment that you can't stand, you still can visualize as if you're driving a Lamborghini. You can visualize that you're driving a Ferrari. You can visualize that you're in a beautiful mansion with 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. You can visualize that you have the person of your dreams that love you, that care about you, that love on you, that nurture you right now. Hello? That's the thought process. You have to understand that your mind is a powerful ingredient to your success. Your mind is the mechanical tool. Your mind is the hardware. Once programmed effectively, that's going to take it to the land of paradise. And let me share something with you. The land of paradise, it feels so good. Like I feel so good. I feel so good because I'm able to get up when I want to get up. Hello, can you imagine that? Imagine being able to get out of your bed when you want to get out of your bed. Imagine waking up when your body decides to wake up, not an alarm clock. Can you imagine being able to eat the best food on the planet? Can you imagine traveling the world first class to over 40 countries? Every month you're in a different country. Imagine taking your children to different countries and getting them to realize other cultures that are on the planet. Imagine being able to surprise your mom and your dad with beautiful cars, with beautiful homes. Imagine blessing them with $8,000 and $10,000 and have never made more than $20,000 a year. Imagine sending your parents to Jerusalem, to Hawaii, all around the world, first class, and allowing them to experience a beautiful life because they deserve it in their golden years. Can you imagine that right now? Hello? Come on, Vanessa, I see you. Maria? Who can imagine that right now? Imagine just taking the action that most people don't take. And just by you taking that action, in 30 to 60 days, you're earning $10,000 a month. In 30 to 45 days, you're moving out of that apartment. You're putting yourself in a better place, on a better side of town. You see yourself moving out your parents' house because now you're earning $10,000 to $15,000 a day. Not because you just have the skill, it's because you thought about it and you put yourself in a position mentally and things started to gravitate towards you. Ideas that you took action on, people that you've always wanted to meet. You met these people, business partners. Hello? Can you imagine it? Can you picture yourself in the body that you've ever dreamed of? Picture yourself in that sexy, beautiful body with gorgeous skin. Picture yourself with that beautiful smile on your face every waking hour of the day. Picture yourself walking around with your chest out, shoulders back, perfect posture. Picture yourself gravitating to the opposite sex. Everybody's looking at you, staring at you because they know there's something powerful about you. There's something different about you that compels them to get closer to you, that cajoles them to be around you. And they haven't even met you yet. Can you picture that? Next question. What to do when you get into an argument and know that you're right? That's easy. Sky. Understand this. If you're having an argument, you're wrong. The best way to win an argument is to understand that you are wrong. See, when people have a disagreement, one thing, I want you to read this book, Skill with People by Les Gilbert. I gave this to my son at the age of 12, and he's a man. He read that like 10 times. And he's a beautiful person when it comes to dealing with people. There's one chapter in that book that says never argue with people, never disagree with them, never. Never tell a person that they're wrong, ever. You may say, well, what do I say? What do I say? Because you got to listen. See, when you're getting ready to begin an argument, what you have to do is think about your outcome. See, when a woman and a man starts to argue about something, the man should ask himself one question: what's my outcome? Do I want to sleep on the couch tonight? Or do I want to be in between the thighs of my woman? All praise to the Most High God is the greatest. Does that make sense? You got to ask yourself these questions. Say, what is my outcome? Hello? Because most people, when they start to argue, they forget what they're arguing about. And then they realize it's all about winning. Because when you feel that you win, you feel good. You get a dose of oxytocin. It makes you feel good because you proved the person wrong. You made them look stupid. You made them look silly. But listen to me. It's that your outcome. Sometimes your outcome is not the win because that person that you're having a disagreement with, and maybe you are right, but it doesn't matter for you to be right, does it? Hello? Hello? Does it matter that you're right? See, I would rather be effective than right. Because to be right only does something for me. If I'm trying to build my relationships with people, I understand that I don't need to be right. I want them to be right. Why? Because that's what people want. People want to be right, so you give it to them. You give people what they want. Right? So it's not about you're arguing and you know that you're right. The best way to argue is not to do it at all. The best way to argue is just to agree with the person. You don't have to take their advice and use it for your life, but you can say, hey, that's a good point you just brought up. And I'm pretty sure you thought about this. See how I did that? The first thing a person is looking and searching for and tuning their ears is, does this person agree with me or not? So what do you say? You say, you know what? I agree with you. Even if you don't. You can say, I agree with you, but have you thought about this? Because you can agree with certain parts of the conversation. Maybe not everything, but you must say the word, I agree. When a person hears the words, when they're trying to share and express themselves to you about a topic, about an ideal, about a problem or an event, they want to hear, I agree with you. And maybe you're right. And maybe I'm wrong because I'm usually wrong. Write this down, young people. This is powerful. This is powerful when it comes to conversating with other people. You should never argue with another person. Never. You don't need to do this. Okay? That's the worst thing to do, is to argue with people. Because when people start to argue, it's all about them. It's all about them winning the conversation. It's all about them. Are you proving to be right or wrong? But even if you get proved right, even if you're right, what else does it do for you? It doesn't make the relationship better because the person's still going to be pissed off at you. Because people that you get to agree that they're wrong, they don't love you anymore. They don't want to hang out with you. They don't want to love on you. They want to get away from you, even if you are right. But they hate it because you prove them wrong. Am I making sense here? All praise to the Most High. God is the greatest. Thanks, Tina. Hey, I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'm going to let you go here. We had a beautiful night here. If we had a beautiful night, if some of you grab a couple of pointers, a few tips that you just heard here tonight with me, say, Wesley, this was good. Thank you so much. I appreciate everyone that's commenting right now. Thank you. I appreciate everybody that's commenting. I got value. I appreciate it. And I'm going to do more of these. If you want me to do more, I want you to come with the word do more. Do more, because it's all about you. I'm here to serve you. Understand that. I have no interior motive. If I wanted to sell something, I'll tell you to go to my website, overnightmillionaire.net, and go buy the program. I'm here to service you. Service leads to greatness, young people. You want to be great? Serve people. You want to be greater? Serve more people. The more you serve, the more you earn. Serve them, help them, excite them, be different. Don't mimic the behavior of this robotic world. Be different. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I don't mind if you say you love me back as well. I love being loved, and I love loving people. So thank you for everybody that say, I love you, Wesley Virgin. I mean, I love you, Wesley Virgin, to life, because you're such a genuine person. You're a person that shoots from the hip. You're a person that you're unscripted right now, but yet everything that you share from the top of your heart, and this is some of the best content I've ever heard on the planet. And not only that, Wesley Virgin, I'm going to apply the content right now of everything that I heard you say here tonight. And I'm going to make you proud. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make myself proud. I'm going to make my parents proud. I'm going to make my kids proud. I'm going to become that first generation of millionaire in my family. Everybody in my family have victim mentality. Everybody in my family, they're broke, they're poor, they have nothing, they're living average, they're mediocre. I will be the first generation millionaire. And listen, if you believe that, you got to say it. And you got to say it loudly. And you got to say it with conviction. You have to say it with certainty. And you have to keep saying it until you believe it. Hey, I love you guys so much. I appreciate you. This is Wesley, Millionaire Virgin. Much love. Let's go.